Hey everybody, had a really cute idea I want to share with you that I've been wanting to make for a few weeks. And what it actually is some little metal aluminum flowers that you make, and then you can attach them to your fence outside just for a cute little pop of color on a wooden fence. And so what you're going to need is some various sizes of aluminum cans. These Arizona iced tea cans are pretty bigger than the average drink can. I used a couple Diet Coke cans, and I also used a Red Bull can because those are a little skinnier. And so different size cans, of course, makes different size flowers. So, you know, the more different sizes you can find of the cans will really add an interest. If you've got a stash of spray paint, if you don't, then another excellent opportunity is to use up some of this old fingernail polish you have. I did a few flowers using the fingernail polish and it worked great. So either one, the spray paint or leftover fingernail polish. You're definitely going to need some work gloves while you're cutting up the aluminum just to protect your hands. I used an old pair of scissors. I wasn't exactly sure. I've got a few nice pair of scissors that I didn't want to chance it. Even though these old scissors cut the cans like butter, I didn't want to take the risk of ruining a pair of my good scissors. My husband cut me up a few strips of wood. These are going to be the stems for the flowers. I got a couple bottles of green paint that I'm going to just paint a couple stems one color and a couple stems another color. You're going to need a nut and a screw for each flower to attach the flower to your stem, and then I'm just using a sponge brush to paint my stems. So let me go ahead and get these stems painted green, and then I'll put on my work gloves and show you how easy it is to cut these cans in half. Okay, to start your flowers, you definitely need to protect your hands. These are some of my husband's old work gloves, but they work just fine. And so all I did is I took these cheap scissors and I just opened them up real wide, and I just kind of chomped down on the can. And that's how easily that aluminum cuts. And so very neatly, I cut the top part off. You're going to cut this top part off for every flower and just throw that away. And so then this is when the individuality of each flower starts. I mean, you are only limited by your imagination. You can cut little skinny strips. You can cut pointy strips. You can cut wide strips. I mean, it's just whatever you can think of. And depending on where you start your strip, just like this regular size can, you could have a big center with little stem, with little petals, or the same size center with longer stems, petals. It's just left up to you, and you will notice how easily these scissors will cut your strips. I mean, it's literally almost like cutting paper. That's how easy it cuts. And you're going to cut your strips all the way down to as far as it'll let you cut, okay? And so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and show you some of the flowers I've cut and painted already. Like, for example, this is a Diet Coke can. I cut the can about halfway, cut the can in half, and just cut me little skinny strips like this, okay? And then I just opened the can up and spread it all out and bent it over as far as I could. Now this is actually an example, and I painted this with fingernail polish. I did not use the spray paint. Now I did use the spray paint for the center, and I took some permanent black marker and just made some dots in there, but this was made with a Diet Coke can. This flower was made with another, just a different can. This size can. This is one of those green tea ginseng cans, but it's made by Arizona. This was actually an Arizona iced tea can, and it was one of the bigger cans. And so I just cut little skinny strips, and it gave this flower a whole different look. It was silver, and I just put a little red spray paint in the center and just kind of spray painted it a little bit on the edges, and it gave that flower a whole different look. So you're really just limited to your own imagination. And here is one more. Oh, I got two more to show you. This is another one of those big cans that I cut into fat strips. and I just spray painted it red. I really hadn't finished the center yet. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but I painted this one red, and so that gave a whole different look of a flower. And this little can was actually a little Red Bull can. You know, Red Bulls are tall and skinny, and I decided to just make a little, and I spray painted that with some spray paint. And this was just a little pink flower that I made some little short rounded petals. And so now what I need to do is, once my stems get dry, I'm going to attach my flowers to my stems, and then we'll go outside and I'll show you how to finish the project. Okay, my husband's not here, and so I didn't want to attach them to the fence just yet because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put them, but I think I'm going to make a few more and put them as a backdrop here. This is a little herb garden I've got going on. I've got some basil, and some onions are growing and they're ready to be pulled up. But anyway, just want to show you how it just can really add a little pop of color to a back fence. And like I said, this one right here was done with fingernail polish, and it looks just as good as the other ones done with spray paint. And what some other people did was that they cut out leaves with out of the aluminum and attached it to the stem, and so that's something else you can do. And I'll show you one more example of what other people did. I just pulled the flowers off the fence and just laid them here on the concrete, just to show you that you could attach it to another piece of plywood cut out in the shape of a flower pot. I think it's another cute idea. And just to give you a little close-up of the flowers, I think they're just adorable. This is just a really cute trash to treasure craft that doesn't require lots of artistic ability. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you in some way. Find you some cans and create you some flowers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.